Hi, this is Dot here. Today I'm talking about ChatGPT and programming. I've been into programming for over 3 decades. I work with multiple languages. In there, I work with about three different languages. In terms of ChatGPT, movie titled Terminator, after watching that movie, I had the impression that someday we're going to have a ChatGPT. When I discovered ChatGPT, it also gave me a shock as well that we've actually got to the stage where machines can actually respond. But the point is that as a programmer, I'm not bothered about ChatGPT taking jobs or something because I still feel that it's a long way to go with ChatGPT, really. Employers are sort of looking towards, getting people in with a bit more skills, and that's because staff who are already in the companies can use ChatGPT to solve simple tasks like automation tasks and its processing tasks. But what's important is that you can't actually assume that because there's ChatGPT, you don't know how to program. Because it's easy to replace the fact that you shouldn't be learning to code because ultimately you need to understand the basics of that programming language that you're going to learn. It's only when you have the basic understanding of, for instance, Python or Java, that's when you can now go to ChatGPT and see whether ChatGPT or any of these other tools can actually help you to progress further. In my own case, what I use ChatGPT for is something I already know I'm going to do, like a method that's going to pull data, process data. I can just ask ChatGPT to build the skeleton of the method, and that's it. But I wouldn't ask ChatGPT to build the entire application. You're the one that needs to actually manage that. ChatGPT is just there to automate things, really. You can't really give ChatGPT quite intelligent questions like build the entire application, or even when ChatGPT builds the application, the question is, how do you enhance it? Do you go back to ChatGPT to enhance it? If you guys story you go through to enhance the application, if you used AI to build the entire application. One thing I've struggled with in using AI, ChatGPT, for instance, is if I lock into a mental mode of using ChatGPT, for instance, unfortunately, it takes to a point where I can't go back. If I need to go back and do it myself, I feel lazy going back there because I feel it just takes the right prompts to get ChatGPT to do the right thing. But then ChatGPT keeps giving you the wrong response. Even in the last 2 days, I've actually suggest a solution to ChatGPT. For instance, I was having a problem with the code, and ChatGPT kept giving the same response, and I responded and said the response is not working for me, and I had to go onto Microsoft's Learning portal and discovered that I was using the wrong version. And I typed it back to ChatGPT that it should have told me that I was using the wrong version. And then ChatGPT now rewrote its response and said, okay, so if you're using that version, you need to change that version. That would mean that at times ChatGPT was saying that it can give you everything, but you need to be a bit cautious. But it all boils down to the fact that you need to learn how to program. Actually, you need to learn how to code yourself. Don't leave it with ChatGPT because ChatGPT writes code, therefore you don't have to learn. You need to have the basic knowledge. There's a lot of stuff you can do that you can do beyond what ChatGPT does. Basically, yeah. So that's all I have to talk about today. Don't be discouraged that ChatGPT is there, so you need to learn how to code. Yep. So see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.